Good evening, ladies and gents. This is Capitalist here at the mic. We're SESN on SBC, bringing to you live from Chicago, Northside Chicago this time. We have the Chicago Breeze taking on the Philadelphia Surge. As you can see, they're about to set the teams in the lineup, so this game got delayed a little bit. Progress said that one of his players was having bathroom issues. So, gonna wait here a second. We were going to stream the Akala Orbit and the Orlando Dragons, but that game's not going to be very interesting. There's only going to be a couple players there. So we jumped the ship. We have the game on our hands soon. Of course, we know the Philadelphia Surge well. We saw them on opening day. We saw the same PM, same team, Frog Rays Season 13 playoffs. And Chicago Breeze, I believe, is Jacob the manager or is he standing in? I'm actually not sure. Let's see. He is the manager. Okay. I wasn't entirely sure. So let's see. Eric Mai was in my chat earlier. He said I'm playing in this game. Well, Eric Mai, your team did not show anyone. So what do you want? I'm sorry, man. All right. Let me.
Poor Eric Mai thought he was getting his game streamed.
That's what happens when you only show 4 to start the game. You know.
Bro, come on, Eric. Come on, bro.
All right. Well, this game is gonna be ready to start. So I'm just updating the stream title. See see how many of these faces we saw from the other day. Instantly got copyrighted. I forgot to mute the audio for that first walk-up. That's the only walk-up you're gonna hear all day. Not a football god.
Pretty good one at that.
Yeah,
So
I'd say I
it's
like it,
fair.
but no more. Otherwise, I have to go back and mute all the ones that get copyrighted claimed. That is very tedious. So it will be Washing Machine Washi, who, funny enough, I was going back and updating the Hbl Season 13 VODs to check the winning losing pitchers. The last VOD I updated, he was the losing pitcher in relief. Starting today, Football God swings at first pitch, and this one's hit to left center field. The center fielder is pulling and go Yankee. It's only going to be one here. Football God makes a massive turn, but certainly not going to get there. Leadoff man is aboard first pitch. Welcome to HBL Baseball. 7:14 local time. Northside Chicago. Once again, we were supposed to do the Orbit and the Dragons, but whoever was on both rosters had other plans, decided not to show up. So here's Una. He was actually in that server for some reason before finding the right server, which is League Server 4. Check swings in the zone for called strike 1. Watching with the quick 0-1, and this one's hit to left field and just over the head of the third baseman's getting down. There'll be no play at second, station to station. Football God held up a second to make sure it got down, but still there in plenty of time. And here comes Mike Sherm, who we just saw the other day as well. A lot of repeat offenders here on these broadcasts across the leagues. If I remember correctly, he was the leadoff batter for the Chicago Ravens in KPB. I think that's 2 days ago now. First pitch from Washi is hit well center field. This one is dying just in front of that center fielder, and it is going to be another station-to-station affair. Football God at third, and Una at second. Mike Sherm keeps things rolling here, and it's already a little bit of trouble. And the PM Frog Rays coming up. Frog not wearing his Kermit avatar. Going through a dark phase of his life, I guess. Here comes the first pitch. Outside 1-0. First ball pitched by Washi today. 5 pitches now. 4 strikes, 3 of which were hit for singles. Taking a sweet time now. Needs to settle down quickly. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. We are playing with the full 9 for the Breeze. I assume the Surge also brought 9. So got to be a little wary of the back pick there. Football God taking a pretty big secondary lead. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. And swing and a miss. Check down comes to second. Will not be in time. Washing. This would be a big first out here. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Just playing a catch between short and catcher. Sopping up everyone's sweet time. Ready a decent amount over time. As Frogray swings over the top of that one. Count evens up at 2-2. Slow hook. I think it just went outside of the zone at the last second. Check down to third by the pitcher, Washi, but Football God, completely stoic there, statuesque. And now he pulls a Trevor Bauer, throws that one in center field. Count is still 2-2. Big pitch coming up, and only the 9th of the game. Washi gets a sign from Bregman. He comes to the plate. And it's inside, 3-2. So the bases are full, nowhere to put Frog. Probably don't want to walk him. Don't want to give him something too good to hit, though. So, very tough decision here for Washi. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ooh, Frogray's waves at the aim breaker, and it brings up Legends. Base is still full. I'm surprised Bregman didn't go for the check down there. Football God was dancing off at third and probably wouldn't have got back in time. Well, Legends looks like he's this. If I read that correctly, he's scrapping up for his first ABs of the season. Saw him in KPB just the other day. Here's the first pitch. Grounded up the middle. This one to second. This could be 2. Second baseman steps on second, throws to Jacob at first. That is in time. Double play. Well, 4-3. That's how you score. Washing Machine Washi gets his best Harry Houdini impression. Escapes with no score. We go to the bottom half of the first. No runs on. 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Once again, nothing or score here as we go to the bottom half of the first. It'll be Cheese and Wine batting against Una. Well, certainly not what you wanted to do there with the bases loaded, nobody out. But it's just how it is sometimes as Cheese and Wine takes strike 1. There's a ground ball up the middle. This one is getting through. Shortstop makes a very overdramatic dive as that one was behind him. And it will be a leadoff man, and here is EBK. We saw a lot of him in the Season 13 postseason with the Bombers, as I believe they did in fact claim that World Series crown over Philadelphia. So, a couple of the Philadelphians from that Season 13 roster. A little bit of a grudge match as that one's popped weekly at first. I think that's Sindo who makes the catch. And there's one down, and here comes Flint. First offering from Una is grounded. Bounding ball up the middle. This is Frog to short. Over to first. And another double play will do it. This one a little less dramatic. Still 4-6-3. We go to the top half of the second. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Go to the top half of the second, and yes, no score. Full squad coming up. Here's a buddy that I know quite well. Season 7 champion with the IPU of Fubon. That was his real breakout. He got some ABs with the Sonics as he hits this one out of center field. And he has the leadoff single. Finished Sonics of season 27. A little out in the woods past couple of seasons, but He's finding his way back to organized ball as here comes Babuero. Takes low, 1-0. Well, Washing Machine Washi, despite loading the bases full on 3 straight singles, only at 14 pitches now, so very effective as this one's hit down the left field line, and this is getting down. Cheese and Wine will have to play it off the Ivy. It was a slow read by Full Squad. He's at second, and he will have to hold. It could have been first and third if he was up and running, but they will take another hit parade as here comes Derek. Once again, yet another face we see in both the HBL and the KPB. Infield is first base is in Jacob. Of course, just a little banter, I suppose. If not known to bunt, and as he swings that outside pitch, 0-1. Steps out and calls time here. Don't want to rush things. One pitch now coming from the right-hander. Here it is. And this one is a ground ball through the hole. Oh, diving play by the shortstop, but will not be in time. Babuero will hold Full Squad. I mean, you might as well try Cheese and Wine there, forced to make a throw. Of course, perfect throw. It was always going to be canned if he tried. Well, the lineup has batted over, and Football God is coming up with the bases full. He led off the game with a single on the first pitch his last time up. Only an inning ago. Takes high, ball 1. So yet another strenuous situation out here for Washing Machine Washi. Can he escape again? Here comes a 1-0 pitch. And this one is in the air. Left center field. This one is getting down and spells trouble. Full Squad will score easily. Rounding third and heading home is Babuero. The play at the plate will not be made as it was nowhere going to be in time. Runners are now at first and second, and it's 2-0 Philadelphia. Una coming up. So 2 RBI single for the leadoff man. Football God, bottom of the lineup, just as strong as the top. 6 singles, make it 7 now, after that 2 RBI hit by Football God. And took ball 1 there, as I was filling in some boxes. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Not the best start to a game that you'd like to see, but thankfully not much hard hit contact. I say Babuero's down the line, probably could have been a double on a different day. So here's another hard grounder up the middle. This is going to be a play to third, get the lead runner back to second, to first. Oh, he'll take the triple play. A little bit of showmanship there from Una, who was going to be safe, but we have ourselves a 6-5-6-3 triple play, and a side is retired in the second, but not before 2 men cross the plate. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Well, Washing Machine Washi will take the free out as here comes Alvis Boss, leading off the bottom half of the second. Need to get those 2 runs back as he popped this one in the air foul. That's not going to do it. Cindo is there. Cindo makes the catch, and there's 1 away. I don't know. So he must have joined late, because obviously he would be in the lineup. Otherwise, it's here comes Moon. Moon called a shot last night before our KPB broadcast and hit one out of the park. He was getting puppeted by, I think he said Drum, when he blew the game in relief. He gave up 3 late runs as the Firebirds came from behind and walked him off in the 10th. Here's another pop-up to first. Cindo's there. Cindo makes the catch, 2 away. Comes Jacob. Manning the first sack tonight for his ball club. Playing manager needs to spark something here. They have been retired by the minimum, of course. Leadoff single by Cheese and Wine, but he was erased on the double play as Jacob swings through a high hook bait that was never going to drop in for a strike. The count goes 0-2. So 1 strike away from another quick inning. The 0-2 pitch. And that one is hit in the air, right center field. This one is going to be a tough chase for Frog Rays. He does not get it. Texas Leaguer that falls between Frog and a Football God. I mean, the second baseman over there gave a good try, but it was not to be. So 2-out single and Cream Kid coming up. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, and the count goes 0-1. Swing and a miss again. Trouble with the curve as the count goes 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch is low, 1-2. And at first, Jacob, bottom half of the second. 2-0 our score. Cream Kid looking to spark a 2-out rally here. The 1-2 pitch is outside, and the deuce is wild here at 2-2 with 2 away. Well, see what happens here. Una's 2-2 offering is on the low and away corner for a called strike 3. Drop the cutter in and send him packing as we go to the top half of the third. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. First strike of the day for Una. The score is still Philadelphia 2 and the Surge nothing as here comes Mike Sherm. Wherever he may be. Looks like we're having some, No fielding changes. Okay. I think Alva got substituted out immediately. Mike Sherm 1 for 1 today, of course. The last single in the first as he takes ball 1. Comes the 1-0 pitch. And this is a ground ball over to third. Play by the hot corner. Has made him plenty of time, and there's 1 away. Here comes Frog. Struck out swinging with nobody out. Bases loaded, top half of the first on a full count. Was always going to expect him to go into the zone there. And just a better pitch beat and pretty good batsman. First offering to Frog back in his traditional avatar. He just lagged out of the game. That's 2 away. On an outside pitch, by the way. Here comes Legends. Well, certainly not what was to be expected of Frog lagging out like that. Happens. Washing Machine Wachi once again will take all the free outs he can get. Una deliberately didn't go to first on the triple play. Frog Rays lag out. Might as well take it. Legends takes ball 1. He grounded out into inning-ending double play on the first pitch of his at-bat in the first. As he swings underneath that hook. 1-1 the count now. On deck is full squad, but I have no idea where Cinnam's going to be slated. And also the lineup could have been jumbled a little bit more because of as there was a hard crash. But somebody's lagging. I don't think it's me. As the count goes 1-2. I mean, that was loud. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And it's spoiled into the Chicago dugout. And as my suspicions were confirmed, Alva did get substituted out immediately. The one at bat. Comes that 1-2 pitch. Check swing, held up. High cutter. Try to fool him, and the count evens out at 2-2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here, top of the third. Philadelphia still holding on to their 2-0 lead. And the pitch is popped in the air. Will be playable by the third baseman. Pitcher is there. Bregman's there. It is, in fact, the third baseman to make the catch. That will do it in the top half of the third. 1 ground out, 1 lag out, 1 pop out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Chicago Breeze looking for a run here. Bregman swinging at the first pitch, grounds it weakly over to third. It's like echoes here. Those quickly went away. Brings up the pitcher, Washi. Lineup will turn over to Cheese and Wine out in left field. Here comes the first pitch. Check swing, but in there for strike one. That one's high, 1-1. Game moving pretty quickly. We've seen some really slow games. Certainly that massacre of the Chicago Ravens by Anaheim, 14-3 affair, I think it was. That game was going real slow because Nishino was slow pitching. And Jeff, or Boyd Snoopy, who was the losing pitcher, was quick pitching but giving up a lot of hits as Washing Machine swings through that one. And there's 2 away. Here comes Cheese and Wine. Cheese and Wine led off with a single, but it was a race on double play. Fouls that one off to the third base side. 0-1 the count now. A 1 pitch. Ground ball down the third base line. Full squad. A little slow to make that play. And that will be an infield single for Cheese and Wine. I mean, he was just moved over from shortstop, but should have been a little more reactive as here comes EBK. First pitch from Uno. In there, called strike one. EBK popped to first. His first time up here in the first. A lot of firsts there. In fact, 3 putouts recorded in the air by Jacob, the first baseman. And of course, all the groundouts. Oh, sorry, not a Jacob, a Sindo. Excuse me. And he hasn't even taken a bat yet. So here comes the 0-2, and it's outside, 1-2. Well, I'm still waiting to see where they slot Sindo in because Philadelphia, when they batted around the order, only had 8. Here comes the 1-2. That's high, 2-2. So Deuces Wild once again, bottom of the third, 1 strike away from going to the 4th. Left-hander's pitch. Hit in the air, right center field. This one might have a chance, but it won't. It scrapes off the ivy. Cheese and Wine is rounding second and trying for third, and he will get there easily. Painting home, but we'll stay put. Here comes Flynn. Runners at the corners. Still 2 away. A big chance for the right fielder. Last time up, grounded into a second to short, the first double play as they take strike 1 right down the alley. We've seen Flynn every so often, one of the many implicated in the count sharing scandal. I think they got a 3-season suspension somehow, as county ends up at 1-1. We're with Baltimore, a reserve infielder. Got an at-bat every now and then. I think they only fielded in one of the games that the Ravens played, as that one somehow got the inside edge and the count goes 1-2. Tough break there for Flynn with this new strike zone. Here comes the 1-2. And that one's hit in the air, right field, but right at Football God, who makes the catch. And the side is retired in the bottom half of the third. So we go to the top half of the 4th indeed. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, they strand 2. And the score remains put at Philadelphia 2 and the Chicago Breeze nothing. We'll try to get you... Oh, nope. We got someone else playing third now. And Alva's back in the game at second as that one's down the pipe. 0-1 the count now. 2 full squad. Full squad singled and scored in the second as he swings underneath that one and is quickly behind 0-2. Just a nice little line drive out to right center field. Didn't hang up very much, just enough to get past second baseman. That's what you like to see from a guy leading off any inning. Just get on base. As that one is taken for a ball 1-2. I don't know if it applies to HBB as much as it does to real life, but I believe statistically speaking, I think if you get the leadoff man, you're like, at least I don't remember the number, but you're much more likely to score in that frame as full squad spoils that one, bounds it foul, third base side. Count remains put at 1-2 here. It says full squad, but better Mr. Derek. I still have no idea where Cindo is going to slate. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. And full squad way early on that one. Will go down swinging. And yes, here is Cindo batting in the place of Hbl, but Hbl is on deck unless he got substituted. Playing first base. Hbl, by the way, also single and scored. Comes the first pitch. Inside, 1-0. So Moon was at second, took an at bat and left. Alva, who took an at bat and was substituted out, replaced him. And that one is hit up the middle off the mound, and it's going to be a single. Creamkit will not even bother throwing in from center field. One out man is aboard. Here comes Mr. Derek. Singled himself his last time up. So technically off the bench on the batting register. But has been in the game since, well, I guess since the second inning. First offering to Derek is low, 1-0. First baseman not in here. That was Jacob. The runners at first and second when Derek was batting, and he obliged with another single to advance. This one is up the middle. It's weak enough to get to the pitcher. Pitcher to second to first. Double play. Well, a pretty good fielding play by Washing Machine Washy to get out of another potential jam. 1, 4, 3. That will do it here in the fourth. No runs on a hit. No errors. And nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. It will be Alba once again. I guess he didn't get substituted out. Or at least he's just batting the same position. Hopefully behind at 0-1. Last time up, Alba popped foul to first. We'll get you your fielding lineup now. Outfielders left to right. That's Mr. Derek. Hbl now in center field. And Football God. Infielders left to right. That's full squad. Echo, Frog Rays, and Cindo. Comes a 1-1 Alba. Check swing, but in there. Called strike 2. So, Hbl replacing Legends in the lineup. Echo in as well. Well, I guess Echo's probably in for Legends. Echo, of course, an infielder by trade. To shortstop. And they sent Hbl out, a little more of a utility guy. Center field. Here comes that 2-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch that hit him. Ugly at bat for Alva. And he kicks the can as here comes Moon. Just changed avatars. He actually moved over to third. That was him playing third. Trying to get you our lineups when we can. Assuming no substitutions in the Chicago lineup, we'll get you them in the next half inning as Moon checks strike 1. After that top half of the fifth, the play-by-play duties will flip over to Bloxa. Called that complete 10 innings in KPB just yesterday. This one's popped foul. No one will get it. The count will go 0-2. Bottom of the fourth here. Really not many good at-bats, other than, of course, all of the singles. But a lot of them early in the count just swing at the first pitch they see. Let's see. 4 singles for Chicago. 6, 8. As here's a drive from Moon. This one is hit well, but this one is gonna hang up and be caught by Football God as he concusses himself against the brick wall just down the line. The second out. That was a tough break from Moon. Gave it a ride, but it was hooking, and you thought it would make the seats, and it does not. So Jacob swinging at the first pitch, fouls that one off first base side. This one will get the seats, just the first row. And the count goes 0-1. Well, what I mean by not very good at bats is, I mean, situationally speaking, a lot of double plays and the triple play, of course. Just very unproductive outs all across the board. And a lot of weak at bats. You're going to leave these pitchers, and I mean, Washing Machine Washi should have been pasted by now. As that one is fouled hard down the right field line. The count will stay put at 0-2. I forgot to update the scoreboard from the last strike. Nobody on here for the PM Jacob. He really needs to get the heart starter of this team. He takes high 1-2 fastball. Nobody. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a wave at an outside knuckleball, I think it was, for strike 3. 2 strikeouts as they go down in order in the fourth. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Una wheeling and dealing as we go to the top half of the fifth. And it's still 2-0 in favor of the Philadelphia Surge. So as Football God comes up, we will get you your fielding lineups. Outfield is left to right. Cheese and Wine, Cream Kid, and Flint. Infield is left to right. It's Moon now. Then EBK, Alva, and Jacob. Football God takes ball 1. Catching Bregman and pitching. It's Washing Machine Washi. I think I forgot to say the battery for the Chicago Breeze. Not for the Chicago Breeze, sorry, for the Surge. Catching is Mike Sherm and pitching Una, of course. Football God has an even count here at 1-1. Taking all the way. Right fielder awaits. And fouls that one off. Right off the end of his bat into the upper deck. And the count goes 1-2. That 1-2 pitch is fouled again. First base side. This one will make the stands. This one will get down about, what's that? That's like 8 rows deep. Count remains put at 1-2. Football God, then Una, then Mike Sherm. Unless the lineup's been jostled around by the disconnects and the leavings. As Football God swings through strike 3. And down he goes with the first out here in the top half of the fifth. I forgot to advance the inning. Here comes Una. Grounded into a triple play. I mean, he gave a little assist there at the end, but still well turned. Short to third to short to first. Usually, that's not how you get it done. They went for the lead runner, and they somehow got the out at second, too. That was Football God running to second. It was Mr. Derrick trying for third. As Una took the first 2 pitches and has a 1-1 count. Here comes 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled. Looked like I had a chance to make the upper deck, as you can see, but just not enough of it. And it stays into that first set of the grandstand. Here comes a 1-2 pitch now to Una. And check swing. Oh, tough call. That one just low. Even Stevens at 2-2 now. Two balls. 2 strikes. 1 away. Nobody on here. Top half of the fifth. Phil's still leading. 2-0 as here's a drive to center field. This one looks like it's going to stay in the park. It's going to stay in Cream Kid's glove for the second out. So here comes Echo making his first at-bat tonight. Out at shortstop. So we'll shift the lineup some. Taking the lineup spot of Mike Sherm, who I'm pretty sure is still in the game. First pitch to Echo is in there for called strike 1. Seems a little repetitive. That's because we've seen Echo like almost every other day, it feels like. But Echo, of course, season 27 Sonic. I think he was PM of Hokkaido Nippon this past Major League season. He takes inside 101. Yeah, I didn't get to see the Ham Fighters play, actually. I was on vacation in Europe during that time. And of course, the season ended before we could catch the final game of the 3-game series. This one is hit left center field, and this one is going back, back, back. It's over the wall and gone. Wow, a sharp line drive I thought was going to hit off the wall. Just had enough vertical angle on it, and he sent it on a 4-base hit orbit. It's another run for the Surge, and they will take a 3-0 lead. Wow, good old Echo does what he does best. Always one of those big game hitters, and I mean, it's only the second game of the series, but still a pretty big run if you take it on a game-by-game basis here. So that still makes it a safe situation, but you always love that extra breathing room. Mike Sherm is up now, as I expected, and takes inside 1-0. Playing catcher tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a single. And takes again, that one in there for a strike. So he takes the spot of Frog Rays. Frog Rays in the cleanup spot, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lag out. Lagged out after a 1-0 pitch, so not really his fault. Mike Sherm takes again, didn't like that pitch. He's got one more strike to spend. That one was in there for a strike. Slow hook. I'm expecting something fast, I suppose. As here comes the 1-2 and check swing held up at the breath. Ooh, almost got him to chase outside. So Deuces wild here in the top half of the 5th. Phillies surge with a 3-0 lead as Mike Sherm takes again, and the count will go full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here, and another pitch from Washing Machine Washi. The right-hander deals. The right-hander sees it served to center field. Cream Kid's there. Cream Kid makes a diving catch. That will do it in the top half of the 5th. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. Nobody left. Courtesy of Echo. Solo blast left center field. Well, play-by-play duties will turn over to Bloxa. Bloxa, take it away here.
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, last time we were watching Philadelphia, the game wasn't going as they planned, and Una was also starting that game, but so far, much more of a characteristic start from Una. No, he can be a really good pitcher when he's on one, as that ball's down the left field line and foul. I was teammates with Una in season 29, and most of his outings didn't go that well, but definitely is a fun guy to watch when he is on a roll. As he still has a 0-2 count to Cream Kid. Cream Kid will serve that one into left field. It'll split the third baseman. The left fielder will drop down. Derek will play it on one hop. Frogger's one of them. They both look alike. And Cream Kid will get on with a leadoff single. And this first pitch to Bregman is taken for strike 1. Honestly, Philadelphia in this league kind of appears to be the World Series favorite. They have a lot of good players on their team so far. Obviously, only the second game, so still a lot more to be seen. But you know, if I had to pick, they'd be my favorite. Bregman will ground that one to second. Second baseman, shortstop Echo covering, throw to first. Nifty double play turned by Philadelphia. And that clears the bases for Washing Machine Washi. He'll step up with 2 out now. Took that low pitch for ball 1. Swings at that one for strike 1. Washi, funny enough, I've teammates with him like once in Asia League. He's probably more of a better pitcher there than he is anywhere else. As he takes strike 2 from Una. And he'll pop that one up in between Mike and Una. And one of them will come down with it for the third out. And go to the top of the sixth now. As PM Frog Rays will come up to bat. Frog will let that one go for strike one. Looks like he checked a 205 mag pitch there, so probably would have left the stadium if he swung at it, but he'll swing at that one. It'll roll over the mound. The second baseman gathers it, gets it over to first in time for the first out. Bob will let that slow cutter go by for ball one. Bob was also a teammate of mine in season 29. Didn't get to see him play much, but teammate of mine nonetheless as he takes strike one from Washing Machine Washi here. Check swing, he went around for strike two. So count will move to 1-2 now in Washi's favor as Bob step back in. And the 1-2 is checked on. He went around for strike three, so Washi will get Bob via the K here, and we'll bring up full squad with 2 outs. I'll wave at that high hook for strike one. It's kind of the key to mobiles is if you're gonna throw a bait, you can't make it close. Just the way their aiming system works compared to that of PCS full squad, I'll bloop that into right field. Flint will catch it, throw it into first, but full squad already there, and he has a 2-out single. That'll bring up Sindo. Sindo, not a season 29 team of mine, but season 28 Milwaukee. Got to see him play a fair amount of times. Not a bad player, and he'll pop that up over to short. Diving play gets there just in time for the third out. So it'll stay 3-0 Philadelphia heading to the bottom of the sixth. Another thing to note, Una's using Cease, or Dylan Cease, his pitching animation, and so he's a teammate of mine in season 29, and I was actually I think one of the first people to use that animation. So glad to see it getting some recognition here from one of the better pitchers in the game. As Cheese will swing, that one's in center field. Bob tries to make a diving play, but it goes past his glove. So that'll allow Cheese to get into second easily. Nobody's gathered the ball yet. The throw in is just now, but Cheese will stop at 3 for a leadoff triple. Misplay out there in center field by Chicago. Not Chicago, Philadelphia, excuse me. And Bob Huerto specifically allows Cheese to get into third on what should have been a single. And they'll walk Jeter to bring up Flint. Possibly looking for the double play here. Flint takes strike one. Take ball one from Una here. tying run at the plate now all of a sudden for Chicago in the bottom of the sixth. Nobody out, runners in the corners, and Flint will swing. That one will be hit out to center field. Bob Huerta will settle under it. He'll make that catch. Cheese is tagging from third to home. The relay not in time. And Cheese will cross the plate, and that'll be Chicago's first run of the day. As it's 3-1 Philly now. Double play still in order for Philadelphia. As Alva will be batting now. Una looks like he's going out there to have a chat with his center fielder, Rob Huerta. He'll come all the way back in. Where did Una go? Yeah, it
It
appears
appears
he's
he got
left the
banned.
game. Yeah, I think he left the game, so for now, Echo will take his place. We'll see if Una will come back, maybe.
Well, they're putting in the un-P ban. I don't know if they're joking or because there's like isn't like a P ban glitch going around in servers?
Yeah, it has happened. Been happening, at least, to my knowledge. Unless it'll be Echo replacing Una for now, so we'll get Alva to swing through that one for strike one. Cheater with the slight lead at first. And it looks like a bunt will be in play here. Alva will bunt. Echo gathers. They'll throw to first in time, so Alva with the sacrifice bunt to put Jeter into second. So there'll be a runner in scoring position for Moon now. It was actually a part of the game yesterday. A different Chicago Breeze, the KPB Chicago Breeze, is actually the losing pitcher now when he gave up the walk-off homer to Golden in the bottom of the 10th. Hopefully they don't let him anywhere near the mound in this one, as he takes strike one from Echo there. The 1-1 is taken for strike two, so it'll be 1-2 now. Moon batting, still Jeter on second. 2 outs in the inning, however. And Moon will swing. That one will be chopped over towards short. Frograves gets there in the nick of time to get the third out of the inning at first, and that'll send us to the 7th inning stretch, where Philadelphia is still leading 3-1 as we head to the top of the 7th.
Get you the final line score for Una while we have a chance here. Pretty unfortunate that he just left the game abruptly. 5 and a third innings, 6 hits, 1 run earned, struck out 3, walked 1 intentionally. Well, maybe not necessarily earned run. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave an error on Buero because
Yeah,
that was a pretty brutal
earned
play.
run. Surprised they count that run as earned, considering it misplayed out there in center field by Bob Huerta. Typically, I mean, I like to tell anybody this who's out in the outfield. If you're uncertain that you're gonna make a diving play, I'd rather you just play it on a hot and keep them at a single than risk it getting by you, because that typically results in them getting second or third for free. And especially in that case, where it's the leadoff runner, makes it that much more harder to get out of the inning without allowing a run. So Derek will step back in here with a 1-0 count. And he'll swing through that pitch to even the count at 1-1. If you haven't noticed already, Washi swaps hands to whatever the batter is. So if they're a righty, he'll be a righty, and then if they're a lefty, he'll be a lefty. Honestly, that's just a preference thing. It doesn't really, in terms of HGBB, it doesn't really mean anything, but maybe it changes the angle of how the pitchers come out ever so slightly, obviously from the left-handed side. As the 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike three, so Derek goes down via way of the K for out number one. And football will come up now. Made a couple fine plays out in the outfield today. Has 2 hits for himself as well, so fine day so far from football. He'll swing at the first pitch and will be fouled down the left field line into the bleachers, and that'll turn the count to 0-1. The 0-1's taken low for ball one. The 1-1 is swung on, popped foul, third left field side, and it's caught in foul ground. So it'll be the second out of the inning. Football fouls out, and that'll bring up Echo, who hit a laser of a home run to left center field last time up. First at bat of the day. He'll be in here the second time now. He'll take the first pitch high from Washi for ball one. Take that slow hook for strike one now, so didn't want it at the bottom of the zone there. We'll even the count. Another slow pitch. He takes it for ball two this time. Echo a patient approach here. The 2 on another hook from Washi, and it'll be taken for strike two. So no swings at from Echo results in a 2-2 count. This time he'll swing. That'll be third baseman. Does not have enough time to make the catch. Drops in just over his head, a little parachute, and it's nobody's covering the bag, and it's thrown into the dugout. I don't know why you would throw to first there if you see nobody's covering. That'll let Echo advance into third for free. And they'll walk Mike Sherm here to bring out Frog Rays.
Probably the smart decision, seeing Frog hasn't been doing so well today.
Froggers will take that first cutter for strike one. Runners in the corners with 2 outs for Frog Rays, and they'll swing over that one for strike 2. So Frog Rays quickly down in the count, 0-2. Looking to give Philly some more insurance runs here. We'll take that one high for ball 1. To finally capitalize on some more of these hits, they're out hitting Chicago right now, 11-6, and yet it's only a 2-run lead for Philly. And he took ball 2 there to even the count at 2-2, so from 0-2 to 2-2. I'll take that one for ball 3, so Frog Rays works the count full after being down 0-2 to start the at-bat, and he'll step out. And I'll step back in here. Payoff pitch, important spot here for Washi. The payoff pitch swung on and missed for strike 3, so good job from Washi getting out of that 2-0 jam there with runners in the corners. And it'll remain a 3-1 game heading into the bottom of the 7th. Jacob batting now, taking strike 1 from Echo. Frog Race has disappeared from behind the plate, so Philadelphia down to 6 people now. And Jacob will try to play to bunt. Echo, the first baseman's AFK, so there will be no play. He tries to take it a bag himself, but nobody covering.
Oh, I guess
That'll
that's
be
what
a
you're
free
supposed to
base
do.
runner. Yeah. Free base runner for Chicago here. Leadoff bunt single for Jacob, as Cream Kid will be behind him here. Cream Kid will swing through that first pitch for strike 1. Fast hook got him to swing by. Once again, pitching as far from the zone as you can to the mobiles if you are going to throw a ball. So that is another ball. Double play pitch over to short. Takes it himself to the bag to throw to first. And Cream Kid barely beats it out. So it'll be a fielder's choice. As there's 1 out now and they swap runners at first. Winster's first appearance at the plate today. He takes ball 1 from Echo. And Winter will take strike 1 from Echo there. Didn't want that pitch. Still has 2 strikes to work with here. And it'll be fouled first base side. That'll make the count 1-2 now. A slow pitch fouled off third base side this time from Winter, and it'll stay at 1-2. And Winter will pop that one up to first base. First baseman dekes the drop, but Cream Kid will just stay at first. And so it'll be 2 outs now with the Cream Kid on first, and it'll be Washi batting. First pitch is swung on and missed from Echo. It'll be 0-1 to Washi. A slow hook drops field zone for ball one. Good take from Washi there. And Washi will take the 1-1 pitch for strike two, so count moves to 1-2 in Echo's favor. And Washi will take the 1-2 pitch for 2-2, so it'll even the count. Cream Kid still on second with 2 outs. And he'll swing through that one for strike three, so Cream Kid's stranded at first. And we'll go to the top of the 8th with Philly still leading 3-1. It'll be Bob Huerto batting. And Bob will. So it counts 1-1 now on Bob Huerto. Washi at 87 pitches in the top of the 8th. And Bob will take strike two on the outside edge there. So 1-2 to Bob Huerto now. And he'll check that one. Caught the zone for strike three, so Washi will catch Bob Huerto looking for the backwards K, and that's the first out at the top of the 8th, and it'll be full squad up to bat now. With 1 out and nobody on. Full squad takes ball one there, so the 1-0 will come now. Full squad will swing on that one, driven out to left center field. It will not get caught. Cream Kid plays it off the wall. Gets the cutoff man. The throw into second, not in time. So full squad will get himself a 1-out double. And Philadelphia looking to play add-on here in the top of the 8th. Looks like that'll be it for Washi now. It appears to be it. As Jacob will take over now. And I mean, sorry, kind of an odd one to pronounce there, but nonetheless, he'll take ball one. Take that hook at the bottom of the zone for strike one, so it'll count even at 1-1. I'll swing through that high pitch for strike two, so 1-2 to count now. Full squad with a 1-out double that rolled all the way to the Ivy wall. He's on second with 1 out. And MX will swing through that one for strike three. That low fast pitch got him. There's 2 outs now, and full squad will be still at second. And football got a swing. That first pitch skied out to right field, but Flint gets there with enough time. And football got us the third of the inning, so full squad is stranded at second, and the score remains 3-1 heading to the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Cheese from Echo is taken for strike one. Cheese will swing on the 1-1 will be skied out into the field. Philly does have 6 players, so Chicago won't be able to boost.
Oh wow, we actually have boosting rules for once. I saw they had to add it in KPB just last night.
So Philly won't have an outfield, but Chicago also won't be able to boost. So Echo's going to try to keep everything in the infield as much as he can, but nonetheless, Cheese got a leadoff single, and it'll be Jeter batting now. And he'll swing on that pitch. It'll be driven out to right field. That should be a double. That is it's going to count as a double. It would be a double with outfielders. So be runners on second and third with nobody out, and Chicago's starting to tie the game, take the lead with the go-ahead run at the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning here. First pitch to Flint here for Mecca. Taken for strike one. And they'll ground that one foul first base side, so the count will move to 0-2 in Echo's favor. Echo most definitely trying for the strikeout here, as there's no double play and no outfielder, so anything hit to the outfield will score 1 run at least. They're running, they're bunting. He's bunting, so it's power bunted over to second base. I don't know if he has enough time to make the play, and both runners will come across the plate. So Chicago takes advantage of Philadelphia having 6 players. and both runs will come home to score from second and third, and the game is now tied in the bottom of the eighth, 3-3.
Not often do you see a 2 RBI sacrifice bunt, but
Not even a sacrifice bunt because he
what he
reached safely.
reached.
So
Oh,
yeah, he reached. So it's not even really just a 2 RBI bunt single, and that one is popped to short by Alva. Echo finally gets the first out of the inning. Double play is still in order now, but the tying runs have already crossed the plate. And Moon will take ball one inside from Echo. And he'll take ball two outside this time, so count will go to 2-0 in Moon's favor. Echo looking for the double play here with a runner on first, one out. Oh, 2-0 is fouled by Moon, so it's 2-1 now. A slow cutter gets him to roll over it. Bob to second, not in time. Over to first. They get out at first. Flint got a lead over at first to avoid the double play. Smart base running there. So it's a fielder's choice here. There's two outs now with a runner on second. And Jacob batting now, he fouled off that first pitch for strike one. So two outs of Flint on second for Chicago. And Jacob will swing. That one's fouled off third base side. Alberto diving attempt, but cannot reel it in, so it'll be 0-2 on Jacob now. And he'll go down via the way to K for the third out, but not before Chicago will tie the game at 3-3. So we're heading to the top of the ninth inning, all tied at 3-3. Echo, the first batter for Philly. And I'll take that cutter at the top of the zone for strike one. And Echo will foul that one back for strike two. So 0-2 quickly on Echo. So the 0-2 to Echo. Echo's swing. That one will be down the right field line for a base hit. So leadoff single for Echo on the top of the ninth. I'm gonna bring up Mike Sherm here. Just the guy you want batting if you're Philly. Arguably the best player they have here. So that 1-0 to Mike is taken for ball two. So behind Mike 2-0 here. It's 3-0 to Mike now. And I'll just 4-pitch walk him here. Somewhat of a wise decision, but in the top of the ninth, I'm not sure about it because that'll put runners on first and second with nobody else. Bob Werdo batting. And Bob Werto just sack bunted. So he decides to be the team player there, and he'll move Echo and Mike into second and third. Another bunt coming. They play at first. Smart defense from Chicago here as they tried to bunt from full squad, but Chicago plays it well, and now there's 2 outs, runners on second and third. So MXR, the next man up for Philly, looking to drive these runners in from second and third. And he'll swing at the 1-0 for strike one, so it'll be 1-1 now. So it's a 2-2 count to MXR now. Chicago infield's playing in, as they've tried the bunt twice in this half inning so far. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. And Philadelphia fails to capitalize on a really good chance with runners on first and second, nobody out. So we'll head to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 3-3, and Cream Kid will swing. That one's driven out to right center field. It'll split the outfielders. Rolls all the way to the warning track. Mike Sherm gets it in. The play at second will be close, but Cream Kid beats the tag. A leadoff double for Chicago, and Winter will pop that one up. He'll be caught for the first out. And Cream Kid will not be able to tag, so good start. Good out number 1 from Echo here. Trying to avoid giving up the walk-off run here in the bottom of the ninth. Feel bad for them because they still only have 6 players. So it's a lot harder fielding assignment, especially with no outfielders. And they decide to use their one skip on Washi there, so it'll be Cheese batting now with a runner on second and 1 out. So the first pitch to Cheese here from Echo is taken for ball 1. Cheese will ground that one over to second. The throw to first is in time, but Cream Kid will be able to advance to third. So a productive out from Cheese advances Cream Kid to third, and it'll be Jeter batting now for Chicago with a runner on third and 2 outs. First pitch to Jeter from Echo, taken for strike 1. Echo being aggressive early. So 0-1 count to Jeter. Right on second, 2 out, not second, third with 2 outs. Chicago looking to end it right here. Their best hitter at the plate. That slow cutter swung on. It's grounded up the middle. Bob Huerto gobbles it up. Throw to first in time. Echo gets Jeter for the third out. And Chicago cannot get Cream Kid to cross the plate with a leadoff double. And we'll head to extras here on SVC yet again. Top of the 10th now. Football God leading off. Football God will swing. That one's popped up over to second base. Settles under for the first out. So Cook out number 1 here for Jacob. And this will be Ed's first appearance for Philadelphia in this game. Also, a season 20 teammate of mine. He really turned it up that season. Came out of left field and had probably the most productive season of his career. So Ed will be batting now with one out and nobody on. He'll swing at that pitch and foul it back for strike one. And Una is back now, so that's a good sign for Philly. Ed will take strike two, so quickly down 0-2. One and two now. Ed chops it up second base. Kind of gonna be a tough play. Gets it there just in time, but Ed gets there before the throw. So he'll reach first on an infield single, and there'll be a run out first with 1-0. Echo batting now takes strike one after Ed reaches first on an infield single. Good part of the order for Philly here with a man on base. Looking to capitalize on it. He'll take that pitch there to even the count at 1-1. Echo, obviously a patient batter, 3 for 3 on the day. So his patience has showed in all three of his at bats so far. Echo takes the 1-1 to make the count 2-1 now. So 2-1, Echo ahead in the count here. Looking to get Ed across the plate as a go-ahead run. He'll swing through that one for strike two, so it'll even the count at 2-2. The 2-2 to Echo here. Ed on first with one out, and he'll swing on that one. Will be driven over to second baseman's head. It rolls into right center field. Flint picks it up. Ed will be able to get into third, and Echo will be held at first, excuse me. So It'll be runners on their corner for Philadelphia with one out, and who else but Mike Sherm coming up to bat for Philly?
Yet another clutch hit by Echo. Seems like every time the
Looks like
pressure's on, he does
they,
it.
mm-hmm, and they're gonna end walk him. So it'll load the bases for Bob Berto with one out. And he's like stuck in the dugout, I think. So it'll be full squad now. Apparently Bob Berto got like stuck in the dugout. And he'll take ball one from Jacob here. Chicago playing careful, watching for the bunt here. Both infielders in. Trying to deke the bunt here with the runners moving around, and full squad will take strike one. Tense situation here. Bases are packed. Full squad at the plate with one out and a 1-1 count. Runners are taking their leads. The 1-1 taken by full squad for ball two. He gets ahead in the count, 2-1 now. And full squad will swing. That one's driven, blooped into right field. Second baseman gets back to make the play. Good thing that didn't drop. He makes that play in the nick of time for the second out of the inning. And football god batting now, looking to give his team a lead here with the bases juiced and no two-man out. He'll take ball one low here. Another important at bat for Philadelphia here. And you talk about momentum. Feel like this is that big momentum swing of the game. That base is loaded with one out. Do not want to squander that chance as he'll take strike one from Jacob. The 1-1 from Jacob to football god taken outside for ball two. Jacob behind in the count again to another Philadelphia batter here. Bases are packed with two outs in the inning. The 2-1 to football god. Swung on, driven down the right field line, but it is way foul into the stands, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Like seeing the confidence was swing there in this situation now, so. The 2-2 to football god. Swung on, and it'll get past the first baseman. The second baseman will have no play to first. And a little worm burner over to first baseman's head scores the go-ahead run for Philadelphia. Ed, who just scored the go-ahead run, will bat now since Philadelphia has 7 players. But nonetheless, they take the lead with 2 outs in the top of the 10th. Ed looking to increase this lead for Philadelphia here with 2 outs. He'll swing through that first pitch for strike one. So 0-1. Swung on to right field. Flint has just enough room to make a play on it. However, Philadelphia does take the lead 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Chicago down to their last 3 outs. First pitch from Echo to Flint here will be swung on and fouled. First base side. Make the count 0-1. Little bit of a break here as Echo's stepping off the mound. Looks like they're sorting something out from the looks of it. I think they're just waiting for the full infield since they're back to 6 players. The 0-1 to Flint here. Swung on for strike two. Flint down 0-2 already against Echo here. They're going to get something started in the bottom of the 9th with Chicago down to their last 3 outs. And he'll swing through that hook for strike three, so Echo gets the first out of the bottom of the 10th via the K. And it'll be Alva batting, excuse me, with 1 out and nobody on now. And Alva will take ball one from Echo here, so it'll be a 1-0 count to Alva with 1 out and nobody on. Swung on for strike one. Blew that high pitch by him. It's 1-1 count now to Alva. A 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike two. Echo gets ahead on Alva, 1-2. Chicago down to their final 2 outs here. After Philadelphia took the lead on a football god little worm burner that got over to first baseman's head. Alva swings, stays alive, fouls that one off, third base side. It'll stay at 1-2. Alva looking to get something going here for Chicago. As the 1-2 comes home, swing and a miss. Echo gets the first two outs in the bottom of the 10th via the way to K. Moon is the last hope for Chicago in the bottom of the 10th. Echo looking to close this one out for Philadelphia as Moon will take ball one. The 1-0 from Echo to Moon. Swung on, popped up, first base. Bob Huerto settles under it, and that'll do it here in Chicago as the final score is 4-3 Philly. So they'll get their first win of the season against Chicago in a final decision of 4-3 in 10 innings. It was a pitching duel all the way through pretty much. Didn't see a ton of offense, but it was at top of the 10th where football god blooped one over the first baseman's head that scored the deciding run. And again, it's just one of those games where, the losing team had chances to score. They had runners in scoring position, and they couldn't capitalize on those runners in scoring position, and it cost them at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was just like you said, it was another tight affair. I mean, got looked like it was gonna be the momentum to the home side of the Chicago Breeze when they scored two off Echo on the short man defense in the eighth. I mean, double by Cheese and Y and EBK double, single by Cheese and Y and EBK doubled right after. And then you thought that they were gonna do a little more after Flint pushed that two RBI bunt single. I mean, not every day you see something like that, and then they just went quietly, and they honestly stayed quiet the rest of the game. And Jacob kept them in it, 2 and a third innings on the hill, but 10th inning finally cracked, and well, I'd say Philadelphia probably deserved the win. They probably shouldn't have got to extras. They got a lot of singles off the washing machine washing and wasted most of them.
And I mean, then again, they also had the unfortunate loss of Una. He was in the midst of a really good outing, only giving up that one earned run. And you gotta wonder maybe if Una didn't disappear from the game, you'd think it and could have ended in 9 innings. You never know though, but it didn't, and it ended in 10. But then again, Philadelphia is just the one team who finally capitalized on the base runners on the traffic, and they won the game tonight. It's that simple. They were the first team to capitalize on those base runners. They broke through, and Chicago just couldn't do the same.
Nice thing about Philadelphia today, of course, the opening day against the Badgers, they gave up 8 home runs, lost 10-4. Today, of course, they also only scored 4 runs, but it was a much better, well-rounded game from them. Really, the only sore spot was Babuero out in center field, misplayed the ball in front of him and he got all the way to the wall. It was a triple, and then Una left the game right after the sacrifice fly that made it 3-1. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't too much to complain about. I mean, we've seen some pretty bad defensive games. I don't think this one was really bad defensively. Just that one mistake.
Yeah, the one major mistake I saw defensively was from Bob Huerto in center field where he let that blooper get past him, which allowed I forget who it was, man. Somebody was able to get into third
Cheese
because
and
of
wine.
that. Yeah. So that's really like the only like bad fielding play that I saw all game. And Chicago, give props to Chicago too. They played the bunt pretty well in I think at the top of the ninth. I think it was or top of the eighth where Philadelphia bunted like 2, 3 times in a row and they did not score a runner. So it was a pretty good defensive game from both teams, but first baseman was just positioned in the wrong spot in the top of the 10th, and that's what scored the decisive run today.
Yeah, 2 outs and the Moon not playing back. He was playing like for some reason expecting a bunt, and well, football god who was quiet for four straight at bats. He ended the day 3 for 7 because he hit the clutch hit. Helped by
Football comes up in the clutch with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and he's the man to deliver. So I think with that, I think Echo will take the win for Philadelphia. I think it's still Una. No, I think it's a no decision actually. Uh, I think it's a no decision actually because neither Echo nor Una got awarded the win. If I'm
jeez, that's funny.
seeing correctly. Yeah, so no, there's apparently no winning pitcher, but the losing pitcher
I don't think anyone else
is
stepped on
Washing
the
Machine
mound.
Washi. Yeah,
So, hmm, interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's an odd one because Una went 5 1/3 innings and Echo went 4 2/3 innings, and yet there's no decision for either of them. So, but Washing Machine Washi is the losing pitcher for Chicago, giving up the 3 earned runs through. I think he went 7 1/3, I believe.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, 7 1/3. Yeah, and that's good testament to him. He did allow 12 hits, but only gave up 3 runs. So, he kept his team in the game, and they could not help him out whatsoever. He struck out 7 as well.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job despite those 12 hits, three singles to open up the game in the first. No runs with a double play. And then in the second, could have been a lot worse after Football God, who ended up with three of the four RBIs for the Surge, two RBI single in that second. It was still first and second, nobody out, and then he got Una to ground into the triple play. So, I mean, a little shaky at the start, but gave them great length. And other than the Echo home runs, I mean, honestly, the fault was probably on the Chicago Breeze for not scoring until the eighth inning.
So you're not gonna win any games if that's what your scoring sheet looks like. But nonetheless, I mean, your starter keeps you in the game, and if your offense can't help the starter out, then you're just not gonna win games.
Yeah, that's the way it goes here. I think we're just about wrapped up. Anything more you want to say?
No, I think we've covered everything there is to cover in this one. I mean, other than you know, maybe like a few like nitpicky things, but it's not. I don't feel like that's a necessity today's. It's got everything that I wanted to. So
All right. Well, I guess that will do it from Wrigley Field in Northside Chicago. Final score of Surge. Hold on for a 4-3 10th inning victory over the Chicago Breeze. A winning pitcher. I mean, I would have given the win to Echo, but nobody got the win. And the losing pitcher, again, I would have given the loss to Jacob. Gave up the run in the 10th out of relief, but they gave it a washing machine Washi. Well, that does it once again. This was Capitalist joined by Bloxa saying thank you for watching so long, and we hope to see you again. This is Capitalist signing off.